In today's video, I'm going to be taking out the brand new Harley-Davidson Lowrider ST here in Santa Barbara, California. And the thing I kind of want to focus on in this video is whether or not I think this bike would be a good replacement for my Road Glide Special. Let's ride. All right, here we go. Time to hit the road, and I already hit the bag. This is not my very first time on a Lowrider S, but this is definitely my first time on the Lowrider ST. Whew! Man, already I love the bars. Ready? Well, that's cool. I can't see anything. Yeah, the controls are up high.
Yeah, they are.
All right, well, that took a quick minute to go ahead and get out of the little city of Santa Barbara there. Woo! First thing I need to remember, and the one thing I remember about taking the Road Glide ST class is tires are cold. So gotta get these tires warmed up. Okay, so obviously very first impressions. This feels good. If you guys don't know my channel, my name is Jess. I go by Her Two Wheels over here on YouTube, and I have a daily ride what's it called? A Dyna Super Glide, a Harley-Davidson Dyna Super Glide. It's an 09. I also have a 2018 Harley-Davidson Road Glide Special. So a couple things I want to note about this motorcycle that are similar to my Cruiser Big Baby Baggers. Obviously, we have this fixed fairing right here. This is fixed to the frame, not the fork, so it stays in one position while you're riding, which I personally love and is why I bought a Road Glide to begin with. And then, of course, you got the hard bags. These are the hard bags off of the Harley-Davidson Sport Glide. They're not as big as I would like, but you know what? I love a good hard bag. And then, of course, we got this fast little seat here, which after riding the street bob all day yesterday, this little lip, gift from God, first of all. And then everything else is pretty much standard that you see coming on the Lowrider S from, you know, the 2020 models and up. So we're about to hop on this bike and take a very windy, twisty road all the way back down the mountain. All right, well, we just hopped back on the bikes, and I cannot believe this place is real. So this little section of the video, it's not going to be a very good comparison about whether or not I think this can be comparable to a road glide, because we're going to be switching our way down this super twisty mountain. So that's not something I would actively like to do on my 900-pound bagger. Not that you can't do it, I'm just not at that skill set yet. But we're going to take a leisure ride back down the mountain, and I'll just try to give you a few thoughts and impressions on this motorcycle as we make our way back down into that city right there. So the one thing I can immediately tell you guys is, when you know about the Lowrider S, the mid controls are super high. I mean, super high up on this motorcycle. The reason they are so high is because this is a very sporty bike for, you know, a Harley-Davidson. And then of course you have the Lowrider ST, which has the raised bags and the high foot pegs, and that just makes for wonderful lean angle. Woo! Going around these narrow corners are certainly not my favorite thing to do. You never know what's coming around the other side. So I told Brandon and Blockhead behind me, I was like, if you guys want to go faster down this mountain, please get in front of me, because I very much enjoy taking it slow and steady. Whoa, if that's a driveway, that's wild. From what I can tell you guys right now, we've only been doing about 30 miles an hour down these windy roads, but man, the fixed fairing is absolutely lovely. It is pretty warm in Santa Barbara today, so feeling the wind would be awesome, but I'm really enjoying not feeling like I'm fighting the wind. Yo, those roads were absolutely beautiful. They would have been so much fun if I didn't have to worry about oncoming traffic. Well, luckily we didn't have too many oncoming traffic, but that was still, the view from up there was amazing. So we're currently riding down into downtown Santa Barbara. We're gonna go check out the pier. I'll take you guys along with me for that too, and then hopefully maybe we can hit up some highways so I can really kind of see how this bike handles. I'm trying to make sure I'm going the right way. There's so many little roads that just spider off of each other. Woo! It's gonna be windy for you guys because I gotta open my visor. With that sun flying in and I have sunglasses on, the reflections get kind of crazy. Oh my god, I didn't realize you could drive up on this pier. This place is awesome. Run, little puppy. Run, little puppy. Woo, it started getting real hot there towards the end. So one thing you might notice, my helmet fits perfectly right in the fairing. So we stopped here at this pier. I didn't realize you could park on the pier. So we parked. I think parking is free for motorcycles, which is awesome. I'm gonna go check out some of these restaurants.
1 hour later.
Well, I didn't film anything that we ate for dinner because it was incredibly mediocre and not that great. The weather is so beautiful. We're not really ready to go back to the hotel yet. So I think I want to take this bike on the 101 and see how it handles at freeway speeds. Let's hop on. They don't make it very easy to get out of there. Well, that was really cool getting to experience like parking on a pier. Dude, we're riding over some like crazy cobblestone. Well, they're not cobblestone, it's like giant logs. And the suspension feels great. So we got to take the motorcycles up some super beautiful mountain roads. Now we're gonna hop on the 101, get some freeway speeds up to speed, because I want to see how this fixed fairing holds up. Right, finally hopping on the freeway. Ooh, baby! Oh, 117 on this lightweight bike. Man, that is where it's at. Holy moly. Fairing's doing amazing. Absolutely phenomenal. Honestly, I think the fairing is doing a better job at 72 miles an hour than my road glide does at 70 miles an hour. That is very impressive. The venting on it is lovely. We are slicing through these highway speeds, absolutely slicing through the highway. I don't have any buffeting, none. Damn, this is impressive. So I worded this a little weird, you know? I compared this to whether or not I would buy this over my road glide. And the truth is, I don't think that's a proper comparison, because my road glide comes with so much more technological advancements. Like, you get the infotainment system, you get all of like the technology that comes in the fairing and whatnot, and this is just, it's a fairing. Dude, it's so good looking too. There's actually a lot of space on the inside. Dude, this feels good. I'm loving it. So I think a better comparison for this would probably be, would you buy this or let's say a Road King or a Road King Special or something like that? Something that comes pretty much standard with a fairing and bags. So I think the real difference is this is a sportier, much sportier, aggressive style. You don't have the floorboards, you got the big heavy breather up there, and you got the fairing, and it's more for performance riding, I guess you would say, versus a traditional bagger is obviously going to be a more laid-back cruiser style ride. Personally, if I had to choose between a Road King and this right now, I would probably buy the Lowrider ST, honestly. I just, you know, I love my Dyna. I love my Dyna so much, and this is just like a 10 times better version of that bike in every way. It's been amazing. So what's going to be the real test on how much this fairing deflects the wind is how my voice sounds in the microphone, because yeah, I kind of lost my chin curtain for my Ruroc, and it's a lot of wind noise. All right, let's test out how quickly it gets up to speed. That was very fast. Oh man, the suspension is amazing on this thing. I'm honestly shocked. I thought it was going to be just a bit more abrasive, and it's actually very comfortable. So if you guys don't know, I'm out here in California right now with Harley-Davidson. They invited me to the press ride for the new Nightster, as well as we have the opportunity to demo ride the Lowrider STs. This is not the actual review of the bike. I've only had this bike for literally like an hour, probably an hour and a half so far, and it's just, this was like a little for fun ride. This is a very comfortable, comparable ride to my road glide. The only thing that's really different right now is the foot controls. Instead of having forward floorboards, I have some pretty high up mid controls right now. But for me personally, I'm 5'7". I have an inseam of 31 inches. This feels really good. Maybe on long trips, I would prefer to put them up on the passenger pegs or maybe some forward pegs, but right now I'm feeling pretty good. When you're whipping through those twisty mountains, you kind of want this more aggressive, leaned in, tight, up and close stance. I am legitimately loving this fairing, dude. It's actually blowing my mind. I can only imagine the kind of engineering that it took and like perfecting the wind angles and deflection, and it's really nice. So personally, if I had to choose on whether or not I would buy, let's say, a bagger like the Road King or the Lowrider ST, I would probably pick the Lowrider ST. This is really nice, and it is a good looking bike. You know, we just went to that pier and people were breaking their necks trying to check us out. Oh man, I don't even want to film. I don't even want to go back to the hotel. I kind of just want to keep riding. The suspension is amazing. This is just a work of art. I'm falling in love with this damn bike. Like this road that we're going over, that was really bumpy, dude. It feels really good. It's a whole new world riding these Softails. I just haven't had the proper opportunity to ride as many Softails as I would like to, and it's quite surprising. God, so nimble too, man. All right, well, I'm just literally sitting here gushing about the bike, and I don't even have the real opportunity to take it out and ride it how I would like to by myself. But like I said, stay tuned. We're gonna have an actual press ride video if you're interested. Also, since I'm recording this before the press ride video, please ask me some questions down below so that I can focus on that in the actual demo ride. Dude, this is just one of those bikes that you could daily, you could bar hop, you could go rip up through the mountains, and I bet you $1 million you could comfortably tour the country on this motorcycle, especially just like the very short amount of time I've been experiencing the suspension on this thing. It's just kind of shocking. If I wasn't so completely emotionally attached to my own motorcycle, I'm letting you guys know right now, 100%, I would sell my Dyna and buy this thing. But then that feels a little counterintuitive, because then I would technically have two baggers, like two fixed fairing baggers. Oh my God, though. Could you imagine this bike parked next to Appa, though? Insane! Our little baby shark nose fairings. Such an amazing view. All right, well, you guys, I wasn't going to put this part in the video because this isn't my motorcycle. Going back to the hotel tonight, and I don't feel like paying $10 per glass of beer. So, since this bike has bags, we're gonna stop and get some beer. Now, don't roast me in the comments. I know this isn't real beer, but I don't feel like total garbage after drinking a few of these. It's literally like 1 centimeter too wide. Well, what's funny is I can't do this on my Road Glide either because the box is such a weird shape. It's not like a traditional box.
Oh. The bottom, that's kind of... It's kind of open, but...
Maybe I won't put this in the video. I'm gonna break the bag. Whew, seriously, you guys, I kind of wish I would have done this earlier in the day and really had a chance to take this bike and kind of just ride it, because I'm loving this right now. But you know what? We are back at our hotel, and I think I want to hop off the bike and ask Brandon Picasso and maybe even Blockhead what they think of this motorcycle. All right, well, we just got back to the hotel, dropped the bikes off. Brandon, what did you think? First time on a lowrider S, and especially an ST.
I love it. I did not expect to like that bike as much as I did. I actually didn't like the fairing before actually getting on it, and now I would totally probably buy this bike.
Yeah.
When we were on the highway, the fairing combined with that extra little bit of suspension, it's really comfortable to ride.
Dude, we were slicing through the wind on the highway. The fairing is legit. Like I said, it's better than my Road Glide fairing. All right, Blockhead, I'm not going to get you in the video, but what did you think?
Yep, the fairing was really good, and wind wasn't on my helmet.
What did you say? What did you say just a second ago if this bike came out before yours?
Oh yeah, so whenever I bought my 2020 Softail Lowrider S, if this bike was available, I totally would have bought this instead of just the regular Lowrider S. For the fact that I put a fairing on it anyways, and this one does an incredible job of, keeping the wind off you. So, seriously, you could do some miles on this thing. And the bags are a big convenience. And
I would have to agree. I'm actually bummed that we didn't get out a little bit earlier today and really ride these bikes, because I think you could crush serious miles on this. And I'd love to test the theory, because seriously, if this came out before I bought my Road Glide, price is pretty comparable. I don't know which one I would have gotten.
It's that in between.
Yeah.
It's like if you don't want full bagger, but you don't want just Softail or a sporty or something, this is that nice middle ground.
So Blockhead just said it's a perfect middle ground. If you don't want to go full bagger, but you don't want to ride a sporty, I think this just might be my favorite bike Harley's ever made, honestly.
I mean, I had to say,
if you don't need
infotainment, it had enough punch.
It was fast.
I can't speak highly enough about that suspension.
Yeah.
And I just got off a Heritage Classic on the way up here, and I was buffeting a lot. That fairing, you guys agree that it didn't really have any buffeting?
I didn't have any buffeting.
Yeah.
None.
It's just, you're just punching a hole straight in the air.
Literally.
Yeah,
dude,
it's crazy.
Thanks, Harley. We're going to go out and do a real demo ride on this later on, but today was a perfect little introduction. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and until my next one, you be good, and I'll see you later.